Hello, I'm here. How is everyone? Let me. Oh, good. I muted myself already. So let me just get the chat. What's this making a noise? I feel like I'm really big in the screen. I have my original L Word shirt on today. It's like a tank top. I got it when I think it was when season 2, like the original season 2 came out. It's very, very old, and very small. Yeah, and I got my poster. Finally made it to the Isle of Man. And do you know what? I know someone else who got one, and theirs only went to like the East Coast, and theirs was so wrinkled and everything. Mine is like perfect. I have a frame for it, but I need to get like a hook and put it in the wall. But I wanted to put it up so that you guys can see it, and also because we've only got 6 weeks left of the show. So I honestly I cannot believe that we're on episode 4 this week. Like, oh, I cannot. I was just doing my episode 4 video actually. So hello to everyone. Hello. I see all of my favorite people here. So, and I saw, oh, Jules, I saw that you're saying it was the first time that you could come because you're not working. So welcome to Jules to the first stream, and anyone else who's here for the first time. Miss G's having a nap over there. She's got like a little nest here that I made for her. AKA Finley Fashion. And oh yeah, there's so I feel like there's so much going on that like my head is just constantly filled with L word stuff. And yeah, like Friday with the because the episode comes out on Thursday, Friday night, but it's 5 a.m. here when it comes out, like at midnight. And we record drinks at Dana's on Saturday. So Friday, Saturday, I'm getting up at like 4 a.m. to do my videos and do drinks at Dana's and stuff. So I am going to do one little plug and say that if anyone hasn't listened to Drinks at Dana's, it's on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, all the podcasting things, and it's really fun. And if you could give a little listen, I love you forever. And if you don't mind subscribing and giving us a review, you'll be the best. We obviously we only get to do 10 episodes, so we want to get like everybody listening. Okay, I see. Oh, thanks, Hannah. Okay, so yeah, let's talk. Well, let's talk about episode 3, since that that's like the fresh episode, and then we can talk a little bit about episode 4 and 5, and onward. So episode 3, I have got my review and then an extra video up about Bette and Gigi, but episode 2 out of the first 3 I really enjoyed, and Oh, yeah, I am in those. I am in there's 2 Elwood ones that I'm in. It's like the on Facebook. I'm in the Generation Q, like, official one, and then there's another one that's the Elwood. I never like to put my own I don't mind if other people put my stuff in, but I feel it's a bit like I don't wanna put it in and then someone like I would prefer if someone else put it in. I don't wanna put it in myself because I feel like that's a bit like, you know, "Hey, watch my stuff," when some people might not, you know? But I am definitely in both those groups. There's a lot that goes on in those groups. Yeah, okay, let's I'm gonna try and keep it in or like organize the episode so we're talking about different things and not the same thing. But you know that I get really sidetracked, guys. So the biggest, I'm sure, topic for episode 3 is like Bet and Gigi, but I mean, I love Bet and Gigi individually. I love Bet and Gigi together, but I think we all know that this isn't going to work out, right? I think that that scene in the art gallery was put in there to kind of show you that they're not gonna be able to work because I think that the bet is kind of like, oh, Gigi's super hot and like they have good chemistry and stuff, but I think that Bet realizes like, oh, this couldn't be like a serious thing. And as I've been saying in my videos, like Bet absolutely will fuck this up. Like, we absolutely know she will. So, I mean, I do really like them. I think they're great. But I think that the much more, like, viable option will be Gigi and Danny because I think that they'd be able to work better together. Yeah, and then, we know Pippa's coming next episode. I wonder if they've updated IMDb because I think it was just 9 and 10 that wasn't updated. Let me share the screen. Mm. Yeah, Gigi is like a care yeah, like she is caring. Oh yeah, Catherine, I saw asking about the poker. There's a couple of people who've asked me about that. So I will explain about that. And also I do have a video about the poker scene from the previous episode, if ever. What episode did I click on here? Oh yeah, 9. Okay, yeah, they have updated it. I cannot believe that we're almost halfway like well, we're a third of the way through the season now. Mm, okay. Let's see, 10. Oh yeah, so they're all done now. Mm-mm. So Laurel's in 9 and 10. Lots of people have asked me about Laurel too. So if anybody's wondering, she's in 1, 5, 9, and 10. That's weird. Rosie O'Donnell isn't in. Mm, maybe it's not complete. I'm just catching up on what you guys said. Oh, Poppy is the one person that well, Carmen and Poppy are like the two people who I would bet a lot of money won't be back because like the showrunner and the writers and stuff said that the Carmen wouldn't be back because of the whole thing with Sarah being Persian and stuff. But Poppy, the actress who plays her, is on that show with the morning show with Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon and Steve Carell. And she's like got a really like she's got quite a big part in that, and that show's on Apple and like really successful. So I can't imagine. There's some people coming up though. I mean, we can talk about Alice's mom because she was in the trailer for this week. If you haven't seen the trailer for this week, it's on my channel too. And then I've done a video like talking about the trailer as well, the trailer breakdown. And there's someone else coming that's so good. But the Helena thing too, we were gonna say, is that we really thought that she was coming in this episode just gone, episode 3. But the other thing is the way they filmed, like anyone who's been on my channel for a while, like we followed filming really, really closely. And the way they filmed, they did it in like these chunks. So they filmed 3 episodes all together. Sorry if like I'm repeating to people like my people that have been here forever. There's quite a lot of new people. They they would film, say, like 1 through 3, and if they went to Bette's house in all 3 episodes, instead of doing it like doing 1 episode, 2, they would just do all the scenes at Bette's house in those 3 episodes in like a week or something. So they're not moving around as much. Like obviously it was because of COVID, and they actually filmed, now that we've seen the scenes, like there's a lot of scenes from episode 3 that were filmed like way before episodes 1 and 2, because if you go back, like actually I can if you go back on things like my Instagram, because like I posted so many behind the scenes pictures, and now you can match them up basically to the scenes that they're all in, because there's that picture of like Jennifer, that she was lying on the like pavement or something. And here we go, there'll be some here. See, look, this one is when they've gone to look at the apartment, and this was the second week of filming, and they're filming episode 3. So it's really there's other ones that I've put on my story and stuff. Mm-mm-mm. These are all episode 1. Oh no. No, this is episode 5. That's episode 5. These are episode 5, I think, too. These ones. And this is definitely episode 5. This is episode 5. This is the other day. These are episode 5. All those ones. Oh my god, I'm not showing you the thing. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm not showing you the screen. What is wrong with my brain? Hang on. Oh, sorry, guys. Blonde moment. Who just said about the chat is oh my gosh, there's so many people in here. Um, Sorry that you couldn't see the pictures. I'm gonna show you now. But we'll do a poll too since there's so many people. Okay, so what I was trying to trying to show you before I was an idiot was okay, so this picture of Ari and Sepida, which I have had people helping me again today to say her name, and now I'm confident 100% that I'm saying it correctly. So this is the second week of filming. They started like the cast filming on November 30th. This is December 14th. This is from episode 3, the outfits that they're in. And then if you where's the other one? So where's the other one? These ones are of episode 5. These ones we know are from this one's from episode 3/4. This one's episode 5. This one is episode 5. This one's definitely episode 5. So yeah, I saw a lot of people talking about this. Danny's dad said that it was called Danny by the actress's name. It's the person in the scene, the notary. His name is Ari. Like the notary's playing is called Ari. Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to read the chat. Oh, hey CJ, I just saw you come in. So a couple of people are asking me um about the poker, and I did do a video on the poker scene if you want to know like more about it. But basically, what people are asking me is one about like like the 4 grand that Tess took, and then also about like the legality and things like that. So I used to work in the poker industry. I worked for Poker Stars, and the so whenever you're in in America, you basically you can like if Tess hadn't taken that money, what they're doing is fine. You can only pay people like Tess is like being the dealer. If someone was to give her 10 grand as a tip, that's fine. But the second you take anything from the winnings, it's called a rake. It's a percentage of the win. That's what makes it illegal. So once they did that, like they are screwed. And also they took so much so unless they're playing for like hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I'm just trying to read what you guys are saying. Oh, Angie and Jordy. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with Sonia. I don't think it's gonna be like, you know, happy, and I think that they are. I'm surprised there hasn't been as much Jordy and Angie. Like, it's been very much, like, focused on Angie and what's going on with the whole thing with Kayla and Marcus. Oh, sorry, the chat keeps. Oh, let's do our. Oh, I have a good poll. I'm obsessed with these polls. Um, mm, okay. What is your favorite episode so far? Mine, I think, out of the three is episode two, but don't let that influence you. CJ, thank you so much for the super sticker. So sweet of you. Thank you. I'm sure um I'm sure you're busy working, CJ. The oh, Nerf C. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Can someone explain what that DNR thing is that Danny's dad gave her to sign? DNR is do not resuscitate. It's a thing that you sign with, like, your medical stuff when, like, if someone, like, my nana died at Christmas and she was 100. So it's when you kind of say, I know either I'm really sick or I'm really old, and I don't want to, like, be resuscitated and kept alive by, like, machines and stuff because. But I think with, like, I think it's a misdirect with Danny and her dad and stuff, because I know that he was like, my will, but, like, rich people are always revising their wills, like, constantly, because either something changes in the company or with their kids, or they get a new grandkid or something like that. So I think that, and we don't know what Danny. I'm assuming Danny's just, like, not working at the moment, because obviously she has, like, all that money from her trust fund, and Sophie, the whole wedding fiasco. So she's probably, like, taking some time to recover from that. And also, we do have a timeline now with the text messages we're able to see. I think there was one this week where it said it was March, and then in episode 4 you see a message that says April. So unbelievably, we have a time continuum now in the L Word, which, the fact that we're getting character development and the aspect of time is existing, I don't know what else we could want. Oh, I'm going to talk about the um season 3 and stuff like that in a minute, because I saw some people asking about that too. Striker, is it because of taxes that a so-called rake in poker is affected? Not well, not really. It's to do with, like, like, gambling, because especially, like, where they are in California, so each state obviously has different gambling laws, and this is why. So the company that I used to work for, the guy, it's the biggest poker company in the world, and everything's fine now, but when I interviewed for the job, the question that they asked is, how do you feel about working for someone who's on the FBI's most wanted list? Because I mean, it's a really long story. You can look it up if you want, but because poker, most people see it as a game of skill, like you can get better at it. They That's why they say that it's not like chance gambling, and things like roulette and stuff is a game of chance. So in California, there's no definition between games of skill and chance, so they throw poker in with everything else. And so it is then by definition gambling, which is, it's illegal to do. But the tax thing does come into it as well because, you're not paying tax on it. But when people have games where they just are getting income from tips, like that Molly Bloom woman I talk about a lot, she was paying tax on her tips and things like that, and she was making insane amounts of money. Oh my gosh, the chat is going so fast. Okay, has everyone voted in the poll? I'm gonna close it and do another one. Whoa, two. Okay, I'm gonna close it in 1 minute. So get your final votes in. What am I doing? Final votes in. Let's look at these. Oh yes, I hope you all saw my Elwood shoes. I've been wearing them in my videos now. One day I'll show you. They're in the box over there. Oh, these ones. So these are all from episode 5, Lobsters. And then where's the episode 4 ones? Oh, these are episode 4. I'm just reading what you guys are saying. Oh, Martini, I didn't notice that there's a calendar Alice's that said April. So yeah, like it's in this week's episode 4. There's like text messages that it says I remember April 17th because April 17th is my sister's birthday. And yeah, we definitely for sure know it's April. Like we've never ever got anything like that in the L word. So I'm going season 3, I saw some people asking about that and to do with the ratings and stuff because I'm going to close the poll and do a new one while I'm talking about this. So the ratings and stuff, I know some people have been saying, oh, like they're worried about the show or blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't be worried about the show because, well, one, it's 2021, like streaming, even if the show was coming out on streaming and to watch at the exact same moment, so on Sundays at 10 o'clock, and these were the ratings, I still would be like, because the majority of people are streaming the show. Like there's no question about that because especially you're getting it nearly 3 days before it comes out at midnight on Thursday. The amount of people that like especially the young, like this show is marketed towards like the younger generation too. Like yes, there's a lot of people, like I'm right in that, like I was the young teenage person when the original show was on, and there's still loads of OG fans that watch it, of course, but there's an enormous amount of people who watch it on streaming because that is just the way that we watch TV now. Like, I don't even have cable TV. I have every streaming service. I have Netflix, Hulu, bloody Amazon, Disney, all of them. And if you said right now, like, "Oh, what are the ratings for," I don't know, something like Tiger King, like, there isn't ratings for it because it's a streaming show, and streaming, you can't really be super precise with numbers. I mean, they definitely have huge faith in the show. You can see that by even looking at the amount of Marja Lewis Ryan got a deal with them, which Showtime, like, doesn't do that often, where they want her around for the foreseeable. There's things like those massive, like, billboards that they put up, they don't do that for every show, and also, as I think I said this last week, I spoke to my Showtime contact who, like, is a really nice woman who gets me, like, the screeners and stuff, and she also does, like, a lot of the marketing and things, and I was saying to her about how much uptick my channel has had and how, views and lives and things like that, and I said to her, like, "Oh, I saw the ratings, but will you guys be releasing the streaming numbers?" And, she said Showtime just doesn't do that. They don't release the streaming numbers on anything, but that they're very happy that so many people are talking about the show, and she was like, "Oh, I'm really glad that they're coming onto your channel and chatting and things. It seems like loads of people have been excited and talking about the show." So, I mean, I'm reading between the lines there saying that they're happy with the show, and I think that if you look at the ratings for any Showtime show, they look exactly like the L Word, and the L Word, it's even, I don't know what the right word for this is, but The Shy and the other shows, they're only being released a day earlier. They're released on, like, the Saturday night at midnight. You're getting the L Word on Thursday night at midnight, and it's over a weekend. Like, of course people are gonna watch it on streaming. Like, there's a big amount of people that watch it the second it goes up, and you know how I know this is because for the last 3 episodes, I've posted the trailer, like, within an hour of it going up, and the amount of people that come and watch the trailer and watch, like, my reviews and stuff, I can even see which country these people are in. So, yes, there are a good portion of people who come and watch my reviews and my trailers because they're in another country, and either it's not out there yet, or they're in a country where the L word, it isn't allowed to be on TV. And there is an enormous, enormous proportion of American people. I think it's my average is like about 45% on new videos of outside, and then 55% is America, that the audience is coming and like, of course, they're gonna watch the trailer after they've watched the episode because yes, there's lots of people like all of us in here who are huge, like the most loyal fans who are really invested and who go online and seek out other information and things like that. And then there's a portion of people who are always going to be quiet. Like, there's 171 people in here right now, but I would say there's maybe what, like 50 people talking in the chat. So there's always going to be people like that that I mean, I like, when I'm not on my own channel, like, I don't really interact that much, and no matter how many times I say, "Please subscribe, please like the video," like, there's some people that just never will, and like that, that's just the way some people are, that's absolutely fine, and I just I can only say this so many times, like, people are gonna believe what they want to, but I just think that you look at the other shows that are on Showtime, and they're within the same realm of ratings, but the thing to me is that the show is coming out 3 days earlier, and it's a show marketed towards the young generation who are notorious for not watching TV and for streaming everything. So, I, for one, would be absolutely beyond shocked if they didn't get a season 3. Like, I think that it's a done deal, there's no question about it, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, thanks, Jules. I just know what you're saying about liking and stuff. Thanks. And one thing I just wanted to like put this out here also, um, about if people are in other countries and they wanna watch the show, then there's tons of already, like, written threads in the Facebook groups about getting Showtime through Hulu because you don't have to have, like, a US credit card or US, address then. So that's how I have regular Showtime too, but I use Hulu as well, so I use it for HBO Max, so that's a good way to do it if you can't get it, or like the UK, you have to wait, like, quite a while. But my reviews, I don't know whether everyone's been able to watch my episode 3 one yet, but I have changed the way I'm doing it a little bit, that I'm making the review shorter and putting in, like, loads more clips, and I have to be careful with that 'cause Showtime, oh, well, CBS, they if you put, like, anything basically longer than, like, 10 seconds, they'll, like, claim your video, and when they do that, like, yes, you can't monetize it, but I don't care about that. It's you can see it on on mobile at all if it's copyright claims, and then it also blocks it in, like, certain countries too. Oh, so Jewel said it'd be nice for Alexandra Hudson to pop in. Dylan is the character that, my co-host on Drinks at Dana's, Chris and Jess, they absolutely love Dylan and Helena. I was not, like, a massive fan, but they absolutely love them. Yeah, Softail Girl. I used to go to those. She said, I remember back in the day that Showtime would host early watch parties during Orlando gay days. Good times. It's really weird. Like, I was there too. I'm sure there's some other people that were. It's so funny that, like, you know, I was so young. I think I got this shirt at something like that. It was like a oh, I was doing the other question was mine. Um, let me see. Oh, bye, Helen. I just saw that when I'm typing in this question. Oh, hey, Jack. Mm, if anyone has any, like, specific, because I did write down some stuff. So, talking about, like, any chance of Helena coming back. So, I still think yes, I still think Helena's coming back. I like, when I released the video, like, I wasn't told the specific episode. We only came to the conclusion of that through, like, I think, IMDb, and then when the episode names came out, like, logically, everybody thought, "Oh, like, that's a big Helena episode." The poker, it seems to make sense, and I just think that she'll still be in season 2. I think that it will be a little bit further down the line. I actually think that okay, so episode 4 is next week, and then episode 5 is and, the pictures are do I still have the pictures up? Let me see. Oh, yeah, I do. One sec. So these are episode 4, and then these yeah, all of no, not this. This one, all of these are episode 5. So episode 5 is Lobsters 2, like, and those are lobsters in the original show. And there's a lot that goes on in this episode, like, a lot. And I think that episode 4, there's a lot of callbacks to the original show in the same way that last season in episode 4 was the episode where Shane revealed Dana's, where it was Shane's birthday and they had the slideshow with, like, all those Jennifer Beals pictures and, like, those pictures of Tina and stuff like that, and Tina mentions and all that. So I think that they might be doing sort of like I mean, maybe it's a coincidence, but it could be like, oh, episodes 4, like a big callback episode, because there's other things in episode 4 that are a bit reflective of things that happen in the first season's episode 4. So, obviously, episode 6 last season, we got Tina coming back. So, I was thinking that something big is going to go down episode 6, because also it's called Love Shack, which everyone is thinking that that's the episode where Bette, Shane, and Alice do the karaoke because they're probably singing Love Shack. And I am pretty sure that they're holding that episode. So when Showtime gave me, like, the first 3 episodes, what you do is you go in, they send you, like, this link, and you go into the link, and then you have to put this code in, and then it's literally like this little private screening room, and just like this, just like Instagram, it has 3 little boxes, and it's like that, the poster's like this, and it just says 201, blah, 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 202, 203. And so the couple of weeks go by, and then I think it was two Saturdays or 3 Saturdays ago, I went to log, because I'm just always rewatching the episodes for, like, my reviews and keeping it fresh and stuff like that. So I went in to watch one for, I think we were recording Drinks at Dana's, and normally I just always have it open on a tab in my laptop, and then I just go in and, like, start where I was. And for some reason, like, I just clicked on it and went to hit play again, and it, like, timed me out, and I was like, "Oh, this is so weird." and I thought, like, I'd been locked out of it or something, so I had to click the link from, like, where I the email and then put the code in again, and then when I went in, episodes 4 and 5 were there. So, it's been the amount of time that it would be that I should have got episode 6 on Saturday. So, I don't think that they're giving out episode 6, which means that something big is gonna happen in episode 6. I mean, I could be wrong. I could log in tomorrow and episode 6 is there, and of course, I would tell you guys if I logged in and episode 6 was there. But I also they Showtime were saying that when they were talking about giving screeners, they were, like, up until 2:07, so I don't know whether they're still gonna give us 8, 9, and 10, but that's just where I'm up to on that. I'm just catching up now on your chat. And oh, Chai Girl said too, another thought is that she'll be back for Tina and Carrie's wedding because my brain, like with the L word, is just sometimes. So we know, like I said, we know it's April. Tina said in episode 1 that Carrie and her are getting married this summer. We know April 17th is episode 4. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is the last one Carrie's in. So I don't know if episodes take place over 2 weeks, that's 10 weeks. That puts us right in the middle of summer. Yeah, Vanessa Williams' character comes episode 4 is when she appears first this coming episode. Yeah, I would love to and I would love to see Holland Taylor back, and just the way that Leisha and Kate were talking about Holland Taylor. So I don't know whether a lot of people picked up on this because it was before the trailer came out that showed Alice's mom. So I think it was 2 weeks ago when I was listening to Pants, I had already seen the episodes. I had already seen episodes 4 and 5, so I already knew about Alice's mom, and when they were talking on Pants about Alice's mom, it like, in my head I didn't know that they were gonna show her in the in the trailer, so in my head, I was like, "Oh, they're, obviously, like, joking around because knowing that people didn't know yet, if that makes sense what I'm saying. So it sounded really similar last week when they were talking about Holland Taylor and how awesome it would be to have her back. So again, that I'm just guessing that, it could be nothing. And they could literally like really want her back and yeah, Mystery, that's right. The Lady of the Lake is very similar to Lake House. That's the episode where Beck gets thrown in the lake. Carly, you didn't want to like Gigi? Oh my god. Like some I can't remember who it was, but um like I honestly sometimes I I cannot believe what I read on in my comments sometimes. And I have said this whole thing, like the show, the channel, doing all this, like this takes an enormous amount of time. Like, I spend 40 hours a week, if not more, doing this, and I really love it and I really enjoy it, and it's a fun hobby, but sometimes, like, there are people that, and it's a very, very small amount, that either act like I am the worst in the world because, I don't know, I don't talk about this or I don't talk about that, and then someone yesterday was getting upset with me because apparently I posted too many pictures of Bet, and I'm like, but I read this comment the other day and I was just like, I posted, I think it was that this one here, this Instagram, maybe it was this one. It was one of the ones with Gigi, and someone wrote, they're like, I don't know what everyone's so obsessed with her for. She just looks like a middle-aged soccer mom. And I was like, oh God. I'm like, well, yeah, like it just, oh my God, it kills me. It kills me. Because it's just so wild that, like, people, like, we all obviously see the same show, but some of the things that people bring up, I'm like, "Whoa, I never would have thought about it that way." And even I've said this before, like, it's so weird watching these episodes and, like, no one else is seeing. So, this is a really good example. So, episode 3, when I watched it, I originally, when Bet says, "Oh, this is my girlfriend, Gigi Gorbani," I wrote in my notes like, "Oh, Gigi looks like she's really, like, made up, that Bet introduced her as a girlfriend, and she was really, like, looking at her lovingly or whatever." But after you guys watched it, everyone was like, "Oh, Gigi looked, like, totally taken aback." And now that I watched it again, I can see that now, but, like, when I watched it the first time, saw a totally different reaction. So, I think that's all so interesting, and, like, how our, like, social media and our discussion and things, like, how that affects you watching the show. But some of the things that people say, I'm literally like, "How has this come into your mind?" Like, people say really, really crazy stuff sometimes. I just saw Carla said, "Have you all talked about the butt graph in the last episode?" Great moment, great moment. Yes, Team Gigi. Now, glad that we have some Team Gigi's here. Listen, like, I know everyone on this show is so goddamn problematic, and, like, they all have serious, serious issues and things, but and I'm not saying that any of us should use them as, like, moral compasses, because this is a TV show, this is for entertainment, and this channel is for talking about that entertainment. Because there's always people in, like, being really sanctimonious in the comments, like, "Oh, this person's a cheater and this is a cheater," and I'm like, "They're nearly all cheaters." So, this is for, fun, and it's a show, so. Oh, yeah, Lynn, I'm surprised. Lynn said, "I would love to see Bet have her own gallery with her name on the front of the building." I honestly, like, okay, I get, like, the Isaac guy, and why it's necessary to have him there to kind of show all this stuff. But yeah, I just keep thinking, like, Bet now is, she's not 30, like, she's getting to probably close, like, the end of her career, and she's got, like, literal buckets and buckets of money. So I don't understand why she wouldn't do that. Like maybe in a few years, like before she retires, like that's what she'll do. But yeah, I mean, I'm surprised they didn't go down that route because I wonder what happened with the gallery with Kelly Wentworth. I'm loving all the Gigi stands. Love it. Yeah, but I do think that Bet was a bit brutal to Gigi. I feel like Bet, ugh, she's it's gonna be like, whenever in season 5 when Bet and Tina were having the affair and Bet like would not break up with Jody and she was like mean to like it was just so weird. And she was, like, resentful of Jody that she couldn't be with Tina. It's just weird. But I feel like that's the way Bet's gonna start being with Gigi. Yeah, I'm all here for Gigi and Danny all the way. Yes, Catherine said, "Alice, I want her happy." Like, Alice is, like, the only goddamn one who's not a cheater. Like, I hope that she gets I mean, she's obviously got, like, the whole career and money and everything like that totally sorted, but the love life is n not so great. Um, Nervesa, yeah, I did mention this in my review also, I think. Either my review I don't the other thing is, I keep because I'm doing all these reviews and, like, drinks at Dana's and I'm filming everything, like, really far in advance. It's all, like, blurring into one huge review, and I'm so conscious all the time of, like, making sure that I'm not talking about another episode, but when Gigi and Danny were out, they definitely were, like, drinking a lot, and that's one thing I didn't like, is that then they showed Gigi, like, driving, like, I know it's a TV show and, like, we don't know how much was drunk or whatever, but I just don't think it was necessary. Like, yes, I understand them pulling up to the house and having the big, like, the cops are there and everything, but I just think that it would have been equally as well, if they pulled up in, like, an Uber or something, or Gigi didn't drink when they were out. Shadow Layer, I would watch a whole 50 minutes just about Gigi. Me too. I'd watch Gigi reading the dictionary. Or should I say Sebedy reading the dictionary? Oh, this sorry, the chat is keeps skipping a little bit. I think it's because there's so many. Thanks, Aaron. I saw that nice little comment you wrote. Oh, I love all this Gigi and um Diggy love. I think Diggy's gonna be a great new couple. No, I think Dan I saw someone asked about Danny's dad. I think he's in trouble. I don't think that it's anything, like, health related. I've been using, well, I say Diggy, but it's really DG, I guess, for the couple name. I know there's, like, some controversy over who, but I did a poll. Like, I mean, people on my channel know that we called Diggy, like, months and months ago. We were like, "Oh, Gigi and Danny are gonna get together in the season." So I think, God, it must have been, like, Christmas or something I did that. I did, like, a poll on my Twitter, and of all, like, the different possible names they could be, and then we ended up doing DG. But I, for some reason, keep saying Diggy. Yeah, Lynn Leisha was great in that, yeah, in that scene in the alley. She's got a great scene in episode 4 too. She's really good. Soren said, "Do you guys think Nat and Alice will get back together? Because since Nat's working with Micah now, I don't think she'll disappear from the show after the breakup." I think Chris and Jess and I were talking about this. I just I think it's crazy that they had Nat basically say, "Oh, I wanna be with you and only you," and then literally, like, an episode later, she's, like, out hitting on someone at a wedding. But I understand, like, why it's happening. But I just can't imagine that they'll I can't imagine Alice ever being okay with it, so then I can't ever imagine Nat again being like, "Oh, I only wanna be with you," which is the only reason I think they would get back together. So I can't see them doing that again. And maybe like, but then I'm like, would Stephanie Allen really stay on the show to have like a few lines a week, like at Micah's work, or a few lines every few episodes at Micah's work? So I don't know. Maybe they'll like refer to Nat like Micah will, and she'll just be off screen, but Stephanie Allen wasn't the that's also the reason I thought they were gonna break up, is because I know she was on set for a bit, but we really didn't see her on set at all towards the end of the season, and she was working on something else too, so, mm, yeah, I really wish that we had more Bet Alice and Shane scenes too. They really are my favorite parts of the episode. They cut one in episode 2 as well. I was like, "Why would you cut that?" I don't think Gigi and Bet are broken up. I just think they had a little tiff. Oh, Lynn, no, I didn't see that. Did you read the article that talks about season 3 and possible spin-offs? No. Do you, if you don't mind sending it to me, that would be greatly appreciated. One other thing I was going to also address is I have had a lot of people in, especially my YouTube comments. Well, one, a lot of people asking which episodes Laurel's in. So 1, 5, 9, and 10. Again, for anyone who isn't too sure. But I've had a lot of people leaving comments saying that it's disrespectful or this or that, that Laurel wasn't in this week's episode when Angie went to go and meet Kayla. And I like the reason that Laurel isn't in all the episodes is because she has an entirely separate, successful career as an artist. And she has done us an enormous favor by coming back to the show when she is retired from acting. She hasn't done anything acting wise because she is a successful painter. And I think that people like this time when season 1 was going on, we didn't think that we were going to get her back at all. And I'm really grateful that she did, because that was like the perfect out for her. She could have been like, "No, I'm a painter now. Sorry guys, like that's it." And then the best you could have hoped for is, oh, Tina turns up in like the season finale or the series finale or something like that. So I just like it's not fair to be saying like mean things about writers and people associated with the show when it's not really anyone's fault. It's just Laurel has a successful career, and we should be grateful that she's able to dedicate 4 episodes in a pandemic. That's a lot of time that she's taken away from not only her other career but from like her family and stuff too. So I'm really grateful she came back, and she's continuing to be on the show. Like I if she came back in season 1, it definitely seems as though she's willing to give time each season to the show. And like I said, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a season 3. So I'm sure she'll be back in season 3 also. Yeah, what Jacques said. Laurel clearly really loved working on the show. I think that I really, really thought that was very telling, the story that Laurel told when she was on Pants about how like the a job, like basically the last acting job she ever had was on set with this, like on I can't even remember the name of the show. Was it like Bull or something? And it was like a sexist situation, and she was just like, "Oh, I'm done with this." And I think that's why they like the working on the show so much, because they all seem to like really get along. And especially when they talk about filming the original show when it was like all of them together for 6 years and things. Oh, Castle, yeah, that's right, Joe. And that is the other thing, that what I there's no way that Jennifer Beals is leaving the show after she is like the one, like her, Alicia and Kate brought it back. There's absolutely no way. The when everyone was talking about Laurel not being in the episode this week with the whole like Angie and Kayla thing, that like that also is it, like, all the things about when people are saying, "Oh," when they have to do, like, all these phone calls to Tina and stuff off screen, that's why, like, they can only be so creative with trying to, like, include the character when, like, it is difficult because she's supposed to be living in LA, and, like, yeah, she has the sort of job where they can say, "Oh, she's, traveling for work or filming this TV show," or something like that, but it's still, like, there's if we want her on the show, there's only so many things there's only so much time that she has to dedicate, so, obviously, we don't know what's in the rest of the season, but there are bits that it's like we have to sacrifice those moments because there's obviously other moments that they're going to have her physically there for. That's like a messy way of explaining it, but I hope that makes sense because it's like it's just the way, and like I'm fighting myself to say it's just unfortunate that way because it's not unfortunate because, like, Laurel has an extremely successful career at that she seems to really love and stuff, so we're really, um we're really lucky that she came back. And everyone, like, everyone who is, because I see some people saying, like, "Oh, hopefully, Sepida and stuff were gonna be back for season 3." This is the way most shows work anyway, is that when a TV show starts out, and especially the OGs who are executive producers, that and then the other people on the show, this is like most of their first, I think, apart from Jacqueline Tabani, this is like most of them their first, like, series regular lead role. So when they sign for a show like this, they usually have contracts for 5 seasons is the general rule. So when say, I'm just gonna pick another show so that I'm not, like, focusing on one person. Say someone like Ellen Pompeo from Grey's Anatomy. So when that show started, it's okay, say the first season is the same as the L Word, 8 episodes. They sign up, the blah, 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 you're gonna get paid X amount for this many episodes, but they sign a contract that as long as the show is renewed, then their contract still exists. So usually it goes for some, if it's like a big person, they'll do it year to year, but it's generally 5 years. And then they can renegotiate the contract and things like that. But when you're in these, like, lead roles, you also have a bunch of other responsibilities, like all the press and things, because I told you guys that I was talking to Rosanny Zayas, who plays Sophie, and I had spoken to her about coming on the channel when she was doing the season 2 press. And then when we talked like 2 weeks ago, she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Like, my season 2 press is like ending early because she'd got this other, like, Netflix job." So she said to me, "Oh, I'll catch you in the future, like, don't worry, like, I'll come on another time." But there's it's all stuff like that, and, like, there's like that, the picture here, the like, all stuff like that is included, all those little the pride things they did, and going on I mean, this season it's been a little bit different because obviously the panorama's still going, but things like going on TV shows, going on late night shows, and, all the stuff that Jennifer, Alicia, and Kate did in season 1. What FC? Yeah, that's a really good point. It did used to be mostly 7 years when it like, I'm sure Ellen Pompeo was on a 7-year actually when you say that, but yeah, a lot of, 5-year ones, and even like, with shows like, I don't know, HBO and Showtime, like, sometimes they do change a little bit, but yeah, it's always a pretty long time. It's not like it'll be a year and then someone's like, "Jake." Sorry, she, like, jumped up there. Um, yeah, they don't do, like, a year contract and then someone's like, "Oh, okay, bye," and the entire show's like, "Oh, what the fuck do we do now?" Because the lead just left after a year. The only time I can ever remember anything like that happening recently is bloody Ruby Rose, who left Batman, and it was or Batman, and it was, this nightmare for them. But again, as I said, I'd bet a lot of money that there's 3 seasons and another season, and I'd bet even more money that Jennifer, Alicia, and Kate will be there until the very last episode. There is no way that after all that time and energy that those 3 who are executive producers on the show, I wouldn't even be surprised if there's some clause in there about that too. There's no way. Oh, thanks for subscribing, Beth. Oh, Lynn, I'm so glad that Micah got rid of Jose too. I don't know what I just never, even when before it was revealed that he was like had a husband, I never really gelled with Jose. Oh, hey, Jack, glad you could come in. Oh, yeah, Emily. That I think the only person who doesn't realize that Bet still loves Tina is Tina. I cannot wait for you guys to see episode 5. I really cannot because I need to, like, absolutely just laugh about Tina's, well, mostly Bet's behavior. Oh, she kills me. She's a wild one. Yeah, Jacques, is said, "How could there not be a season 3 after the recent signing after the recent Marsha signing?" It would be absolute lunacy if that was the case. I mean, it would be a really, really, odd situation if that happened. DVD for Generation Q. Do you know what? Actually, Chris and I were doing some sleuthing the other day, and this is gonna blow your guys' mind because I couldn't believe it. So the DVD, there's a DVD. Actually, I think I can pull it up. Just go on the .com one and see. And while I'm doing, oh yeah, I'll do another poll after this. Well, I'll put it up now while I'm doing this. When I'm trying to do and think at the same time, with season 3 thing too. Like, if you go back in my videos way back. There's I'm gonna have to like pull the pointer out, and then when I do my video about things I was right about, I'll point to the right videos. Um, what I'm trying to think who to include in these options. Okay, I can only have 4 options in the poll. So these are the 4 options, and then if you want to suggest other people, then or other questions or options, let me know. Okay, so we're gonna look at this. This, okay, doesn't this look like this is like a real DVD? This DVD is not like Showtime's. It's literally like someone that's like burning them. And because Tammy, I know she's listening, but she's not in the chat because she's not feeling good. But Tammy got this, right? And I said when she bought it, I said to her like, "Oh, let me know if there's any, good extras or anything, because if there is, I'll get it and I'll, do like a video on it." And she was like, "Oh, there's nothing on it." I was like, "That's so weird. Why wouldn't they put something on it?" And I just think it's a travesty that we don't have L word bloopers. And then Chris and I were like looking into this because I was like, "Oh, I wish they would do like a new box set with the Gen Q ones, and like maybe after season 2 they will." And she's like, "Oh, well, they haven't done a season 1 one." And yeah, this is just someone like literally printing the DVD cover and then burning the disc. I mean, it looks professional, but it's crazy, isn't it? Let's see what you guys say. Oh my gosh, yes, we are absolutely doing a poll about who killed Jenny. Yes. So everyone answer in the poll. Oh, I see there's one person who really really does not like me because they are subscribed to come and do one downvote on all my videos, but the joke's on them because YouTube doesn't care if it's upvote or downvote. It's a positive interaction, so it counts. And also, I'll take your subscribe for coming and clicking it. Okay, so last 20 seconds of. I could have guessed that Bet would win this. Okay. Speak now in the poll or forever hold your peace. We need to get to the Jenny poll. Oh, the votes are going up. Final countdown. It's the final. Oh my god, yeah, Jacques, it's really hard. It's really hard. Literally all I want to do right now is say exactly what happens in the next 2 episodes. But the worst what's even worse is yeah, like obviously I really want to like talk about it and tell you guys. But the other thing is because like I'm doing so many videos and like drinks at Dana's and things, I live in fear that I'm going to start talking about something that I think is in one of the episodes that airs, but really it hasn't because I watched episode 4 like just before I came on here. And the whole time I was like, commit this to memory. Remember that this is episode 4. Don't start talking about this. Okay, I'm going to close the poll. Okay, so we can only have 4 votes, 4 options. My brain is gone. 4 options in our Jenny poll. So we need to choose our options wisely, people. So if anybody feels strongly about an option that needs to be added to Jenny, let me know. And I'm going to do the poll now. Yeah, and oh, I'm trying to read too many comments at once. Yeah, that is true what Kelly said, and what I was trying to kind of get out earlier is that I think the only way that we will see Bet and Tina together is if Bet goes into the background. And what I was trying to say with the Laurel thing too is if Bet and Tina were together, there would be so much stuff that they would miss out on and Bet would miss out on because they don't have Laurel for all the episodes. Like they they just don't. So all like things this week, like loads of people were annoyed that Tina wasn't there for that Angie thing, but that would be happening constantly if they were together too. So I guess they would have to be like in the background, but I don't think the show like as a whole entity, like not even well, I guess Jennifer, like as an executive producer, would think this, and like the writers, the showrunner. But I even think Showtime as like an entity and the show altogether, they would never do that because again, like I know I run like a tiny, tiny, teeny YouTube channel, but everyone who comes to my channel pretty much like it's all about the L word. So I talk to a lot of people and anything I ever run or talk about or pictures I post or videos I do, Bet is like far and away the most popular character. Like it's not even close with anyone else. So I just don't think that Showtime or anything at this stage where they know the show has years left in it, I just don't think that they're willing to push back into the background for that. But if the show, I don't know, say the show gets 5 seasons, then they could change that in season 5, or who knows, maybe they work something out with Laurel where they say, oh, okay, you're available 4 episodes a season, then we're going to put you in the last 4 episodes, and then they work towards whatever, like the bigger thing of like them going back together or whatever, and they when they have the time. But I just don't see them right now at this stage in the middle of season 2 putting that into the background. Okay, our Jenny options. Oh my god, Jacques, get onto them about getting me in season 3. Come on. they they literally like, oh, that crazy woman. Okay, our Jenny options. I have my reasoning for each of the options too. Mm, I'm thinking about all the people. Oh, I saw Jules said, "What about bringing Dana back for episode?" I would love, 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 love any flashbacks. Like, yes, I would really like to see. I think it'd be great too, like just even for the cast to have like Aaron Daniels back for an episode and stuff. but I would love any flashbacks. I would take flashbacks to the, like, original Showtime period, the in between, even like now. I love flashbacks and things like that. Even that little one with Gigi, Alice, and Nat last season when Gigi came and like nailed the ring on the thing. I just love stuff like that. Mm, okay, these are the choices, but you can write in with your other option. I just feel like okay, and I've only put people who are like main. I didn't put Nikki on because like I just put main cast. And I don't well, I know that Alice was originally supposed to be the person who got convicted of it, but I don't think Alice could kill anyone. The same way that I don't think Tina could kill anyone. And there are other people who've said this, but I think that these people, like Shane was obviously dating her, Max, she was treated him like shit, and Bet obviously had a really big motive because of like the Kelly thing. But out of actually everyone, like every single person, and even down to the dog, like the only person in the entire show that I think would be capable of killing Jenny is 1,000,000% Bet. I think that Bet is like, even Jennifer told this story. Oh no, it wasn't Jennifer. Someone else from was it Ari? Some one of the maybe it was one of the new cast who basically, I think it was Ari, because I think it was when she had a lot of scenes with Jennifer in the beginning. And she told this story about basically, I'm remembering it wrong, I think. Uh Told the story about how on set Jennifer basically was like telling the new like cast and crew that like Bet had killed Jenny. Because I think in her head Bet had killed Jenny. But I mean, like there's no way that Alice or Tina killed or Shane killed anyone. So the manatees killed Jenny. Okay, well, I can make another one with the other like group of people. Oh, thanks, Seaward, for listening to the podcast. If there's anyone who wants to give us a little review on Apple, that would be greatly appreciated. We're trying to get our Insta up to a thousand followers, and then I've got some interesting followers on the Insta now too, and we I think we're close to close to 2,000 downloads. So I really love doing the podcast. I mean, I of course love doing my channel. Like I love it so much, and the best part obviously is talking to you guys, and I just love it. But Drinks at Dana's is just so much fun because it's like, just like talking to my friends about the show. And I like nobody I really know watches the show. So it's really fun talking to Chris and Jess about it, especially because they're like, OG fans too. And I think it's really cool because I used to go to their site like when the first show was on. So it's so fun. God, Sword, you're making me laugh so much. The show can't afford to put Jennifer Beals on the background. Half the audience is completely whipped for her. That is true, true. Yeah, I do honestly think that they will put, Bet and Tina back together, like, at some stage, but I just think that they would be so limited if they did it now, and through no, like, anyone's fault. It's just the way it is with Laurel's schedule and stuff, and I've said many, many, many times, like, this exact same thing. I know that there's people who it's better Tina for them, and they're not really interested in anything else, and, like, that's fine, but there are other people who like the show and other people on the show, but if what was I gonna let me say it exactly right. Those people, and just even if there are people that they like other things about the show, but that they say, "Oh, I don't care if there's no, like, storyline and it's just Bet and Tina happy together." That's fine for, like, the people who are really, really fanatical about Bet and Tina, but the majority of people watch this show for, like, why we all watch TV, because it's entertainment, and I know that there are people who would be satisfied watching it if they were just, like, a happy-go-lucky couple, and I'm not saying either way, like, I think this is right or that's right. I'm just saying that TV in general, everything's about viewers and things like that. Like, somebody said to me the other day in the comments, "Oh, like, the whole Bet and Gigi thing is just for ratings and views." And I'm like, "Well, it's a TV show. Everything's done for rating and views. Like, it's all about entertainment and stuff." So I do understand that, like, there are some people who they wouldn't care if they literally, like, showed Bet and Tina, like, going on a walk, or going and picking out furniture or something, but it's that's just not, like, generally how, like, TV and stuff works. Like, there's always, like, look at, like, Grey's Anatomy and stuff. Like, nobody is ever together and stable in that show, and I mean, pretty much, like, there's not too many functional couples or that on any TV show. There's messes everywhere. I did put Nikki, and then I deleted her and put Shane, because I was like, Shane dated her. We'll do okay, the winner of this, and then we'll do the other one with, like, Nikki and Tasha, and trying to think of the other people that did, like, Helena, and then the two winners will, like, face off. And then we're gonna have to shut this down for the night. Yeah, and I see a couple of people saying this, that, um, the other thing is, like I said, they are limited on time. They are limited because Bet is, like, if you really had to come down to it, like, Bet is the main character. Like, she gets the most storyline. She's the as someone who has a tiny L Word audience, but an L Word audience, like, she is by far and away the most popular character. And I think they will go back together, but they're gonna make it entertaining. Of course they're gonna make it entertaining. They're gonna will they, won't they? Like, look at Ross and Rachel, the same thing, 10 years that went on. And yeah, they were together in the end, but it was entertaining to watch the whole thing go on. my god, sounder kill Jenny. Okay, gonna close this one and do the other one. So last votes, last votes, last votes. Oh my god, the chat is going so fast. I feel like a real YouTuber now. Okay, closing the votes, closing the votes. Oh my god, it just held someone's comment because they said the vagina wig did it. Oh god. Okay. Not shocking. Bet. Okay, so we have Tasha, Helena, Nikki, and we have one more option. Who was someone else there? Angelica. Is there another person that I should add? Oh, bye, Lynn. Bet and Tina go to IKEA. Oh, add yeah. I should add Jenny. That's a good idea. Okay. So the winner of this round will face Bet in the finale. Trying to think there was anything else that a lot of people were asking me this week. I know I talked about this at the start, but a lot of people have cycled through, I think. So episode 4, there is a lot of OG references, OG flashbacks, and not like physical flashbacks, but like mentioning stuff. And episode 5 is the one that I think everyone will be talking about. I think that there's a scene in episode 4. I've been saying minute 41 is quite the moment. but yeah, episode 5 I think everyone will be talking about. Oh, Softail Girl said, what would you talk about getting Farsi subtitles? Do you mean like will I can because you mean like this, like this one to do it every week? Because I actually have quite a few Farsi speakers that have reached out to me. So they're and they told me about that. They're super nice, and I like that. If they don't put the subtitles on the screen, which I can't imagine they will if they didn't this week, so I will continue to show them. Yeah, I so want to show you guys my Elwood tattoo, but it is just like right at the end of healing, and I just need one little. There's like a little bit that it's not as bright as the rest. So probably next live I'll be able to show it to you. But I'm on my computer, so I want to show you my YouTube one. Let me see if I can do it. See it there? That's my YouTube button, and I said because I said I would get that, um, because YouTube it has been like a big part of my life over the last year and a half, and it represents all of my lovely, lovely subscribers who, especially my super, super loyal people who are so good to me and so kind and so supportive. So and I always say when I was going to Pride and stuff, for all there's a lot of people who reach out to me through like DMs and stuff who they unfortunately cannot be out in the world and live authentically, and they have to hide in whether it's country or circumstance or whatever they live in. So I always carry a little piece of all my subscribers with me. So that's pretty cheesy, but it's true. So I love you all. You're amazing and you bring so much positivity to my life. So thank you to all the super great people that come here. I want that scene of someone with the room on the table to be Javette so badly. Listen, I think that's there's some people that they through my preferences, they can put together what's going on. Okay, final minutes of the poll. Jane, what you doing? She's like, what's going on here? Oh, Vicky, you're in trouble, are you? Go on. Tell her I said sorry, sorry, sorry. Yeah, I've seen four and five. Bye, Barbara. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go in a minute. It's almost 9 o'clock here. But I don't know if anyone if there's any I'm trying to think if there's anything else that people have been asking about. There's a lot of Italian, but I'll tell you guys actually my top countries. It's so interesting. I know I talk about this all the time, but it's so interesting all the analytics like YouTube. It's crazy what you can see. Like I know like there's so when I put this link up for this live, and this goes for like any videos, I can see exactly like how people click on it. Like if they come from Twitter, if they come from, searching on Google, if they come from some message board, if they come from like Instagram, like my Instagram profile thing, it's really crazy like what it shows you. And yeah, the US, it's always like my top country. It's like 30%. And then the UK, Brazil, and then the top 5, the bottom 2 always like switch around. It's always US, UK, and Brazil. And then it normally flips between France, Italy, Germany, Canada, and like changes all the time. And then but the rest of the countries like I think number 11 is Russia, It's like Australia, South Africa, India, Philippines, Turkey, Ireland, Nigeria, Israel, Egypt, Jamaica. It's crazy, 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 crazy. Oh, okay, Vicky, she knows the score then. Bye, Terry. Yeah, this stats thing is crazy. Um, but YouTube is nothing compared to when I worked for PokerStars. God, I got all fuddled up then. When I worked for PokerStars, oh, the stuff that like I used to work. Well, I used to like run the fraud department, and when you agree, like all those, the people don't realize what they're agreeing to, but when you use like I'm sure it's the same for lots of other things. I can only speak for the gaming industry, but you basically agree to allowing us to like go in and see anything on your computer. Like the stuff that we could see was just crazy. Oh my god, there is so betting down is an end game, y'all. Deal with it. There are so many silent Danette shippers on my channel because anytime there is somebody who writes like Bet and Danny, what about Bet and Danny? I love Bet and Danny. It gets so many thumbs up and so many likes on the comment. So it's just like that, but there's not ton. I mean, there are like a good few people saying it, but just all the comments have so many likes. It's crazy. Oh, thanks, Carla. That's Olivia Cruz emailing me. Oh, well, shadow layer. Like we didn't even use the VP. Like in when I worked in PokerStars, we used to actually to triangulate people's location. We wouldn't even use like the regular methods because we knew that VPN could like manipulate it. So what we would do is say I go in and like they want to see where I am globally, they will not use my device. They will use the devices of your three surrounding neighbors to like triangulate your location. It's crazy. They do it over like the Wi-Fi. Oh, there's lots of like France is like my one of my top countries. There'll be people from maybe might not be right now this second in here, but there's lots of people from France that come. Oh, Andrea, Chris and Jess, who do the Drinks at Dana's podcast with me, they don't really like Bet either. Well, not like her, but they prefer other people. Well, I'm gonna wrap up, guys. Unless there's anything else. Oh, we need to do the final. Oh my god. Somebody needs to keep me in check. Okay, so our final poll for the evening. Okay. Okay, vote your little hearts out. Oh, no thanks. I've got great news for you though. I have hours and hours of content that you can watch. I have a Patreon video that I need to put up to anyone that's in my Patreon. Savage, what are you up to? Oh, I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I do the oh, that's the other thing. I do a live stream every single week, even when the show's not on. And there's like normally, nowhere near this amount of people on. Um, but the the live stream will change because so what's it this week? The next 2 weeks will be the same Monday. So it's always at the same time though for now. And then in 2 weeks. Next week is episode 4, then episode 5. And when the L word switches to Monday night, that's how little they care about the ratings. They're switching the show to Monday night. Like, they do not give a shit about the air date ratings. When the show's on Monday, I'll switch my live stream to Tuesday. But I actually I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I've been thinking of switching so whenever, like right now, the live is on Monday because I'm under embargo until 10 p.m. on Sunday. But I don't think that I think that the episode 6 is gonna be like a big episode, so I don't think they're gonna give a screener. I don't think they're gonna give screeners for 8, 9, and 10. So what if I switched when I'm not under embargo? Because I'm not under it if they don't give me the screener. What if I switched my live to Saturday or Sunday? The episodes will still be on Friday. Does that give everyone enough time to watch the episode and come to the live? What do you think? Yeah, they're switching the show to Mondays on in 2 weeks. Episode 6 is the first one that's on a Monday. And if that doesn't show you how they do not care about the ratings, then I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I'll do a poll on Twitter. In one tweet, let us know why the next episode is faves. If I say minute 41, it's going to sound real really shallow. There's a lot of OG stuff, and it's not. I think that I preferred episode 2 and 5, but I just think the episodes keep getting better, and I think they're all great. Like, okay, I'll put a poll up, but I'm pretty. Yeah, when I don't have the screeners, so basically probably from episode 6, like my reviews will be up boom on Friday, like within a few hours of the episode coming out. So people in America, when you wake up on Friday, my reviews and stuff will probably be out. Or out your like morning time. That's what I did last season, but I know there wasn't really a lot of people here last season because I didn't have any obviously have any screeners or anything last season. Okay. Well, I think this has been probably one of my favorite live streams ever. And I cannot believe how many people were in here. There was like actually I can see now because the people that number at the top is only like how many people it counts in that moment. Oh, and I can't see it until I close it. But there has to be close to 1,000 people altogether in here tonight. like over the course of the 2 hours, which is crazy. And yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, this probably been one of my favorite live streams. Oh yes, I have to close the poll. Close the poll. Okay, so there was still a lot of people who voted for that, but Jenny was the perpetrator, it looks like. And oh, thanks, Beth. Oh, thanks, Kaya. You're such a sweetheart. But thank you guys so much. As I said, if you can do me an enormous giant favor of subscribing to the channel and subscribing to Drinks at Dana's and giving it a little review. I love you forever. I love you forever already. And yeah, Friday I will be back again with the trailer breakdown, and then Sunday my review, and I've got a little special video for episode 4 at the weekend too, and then I'll be back on Monday for a stream again. I hope all you guys will join me again because it's been great. Oh, the renewal. I've usually I would say it would be like mid-season, but I have noticed all the Showtime shows, they've been renewing them like basically the week of the finale. So that's when I would expect to hear, probably around episode 9 or 10. Drinks at Dana's is on all the podcasting things. So if you have an iPhone, it'll be on Apple Podcasts, or you can get it on Spotify or Amazon podcasting service, or loads of the other ones. There is like a website address as well that it's, if you go to Drinks at Dana's on Instagram, it's on there as well. And you can just click the website. It's Buzz Sprout. I can put it in here actually. Let me see. Here we go. There we go. And yeah, just thank you so much, you guys. You mean so much to me. Honestly, you're the best. So have a great week. Be safe. Make sure to be excited for episode 4. We're look forward to the episode 5 trailer breakdown, episode 4 review, and make sure to come back next week for the live. Don't forget to follow me on social media. I have a Patreon for special VIP silver stars, and I also have an L Word merch store. That's all linked in the description box. And big thank you to anyone who is also watching this on back whenever it's a video again. So thank you as always, guys. You are the best. Stay safe, stay hydrated, stay happy, stay healthy. Be good to yourselves, be good to everyone else. I love you. Good night. Bye, guys.